Imagine you and your family have just moved into New Brunswick and decide to take a day trip to the Raritan River. After seeing the amount of pollution in the river, you decide to volunteer for a stream cleanup, but there seems to be a never-ending amount of junk floating around. What can be done? The Raritan River is the 12th most polluted river in the United States and is especially affected by the global problem of plastic pollution. Millions of plastic particles per square kilometer flow through the river, and that all has potential to choke out local wildlife, causing damage to the environment and to the economy of local communities. To combat all the problems that come from a polluted river, we formed River Cleanup, an organization centered around using technology to protect our waters in the Raritan.
Our innovative solution is a passive barrier that's released upstream to collect plastic entering further down or already in the river during peak periods. It's a scaled-down version of another startup, Ocean Cleanup's successful technology to decontaminate the Great Garbage Patches. So you can think of this as a more advanced and environmentally conscious net with two main components: a tensile tube that shapes and controls the barrier around debris caught inside, and an inner mesh tube that filters out smaller fragments and microplastics missed by traditional methods. So with this in mind, there's three parts to our process. Deployment, which as you can see in the image, is the barrier being released in an initially flat state. Active action, which is a barrier using special drag creating surfaces on its leading edge. And river currents to shape the barrier to encircle the debris. And then recovery, which is onboard electronics to time a hinge mechanism that deploys a gate around the opposite end of the barrier, cutting off plastic from moving outside when river currents slow. And then onboard GPS will allow the barrier to be tracked and then recovered at the appropriate time, or in case it's lost during operation, either in shallow waters or it cannot be reached in time.
Because River Cleanup will greatly help the general public, we are optimistic that we will receive the $500,000 initial investment needed for implementation of our product through the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection's Water Quality Restoration Grant. After collecting our first round of trash, we will sell the collected plastic to recycling plants. Our project will use this revenue to continue deploying and maintaining our barriers in the Raritan. And we believe everyone benefits when we partner with established organizations like Raritan Headwaters. These organizations host river sweeps, engage in political activism, and educate the surrounding community. Our collection method lowers the time and risk of river cleanups, allowing these organizations to allocate more energy on outreach programs. No longer do passionate volunteers have to endanger their health by hand-picking junk from the river. No longer do citizens have to wonder what could be a lasting solution to contaminants in their beloved water. The local community and economy will love the increased safety, recreation, and tourism that comes with a clean river. All in all, River Cleanup has a solid, feasible plan for realizing the vision of a pristine Raritan River and estuary.